Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of YZ Travels. Now this time around I'm actually going to be flying again, and I haven't flown since a year's time, so finally glad to be back, because the last flight I flew was back in January 2020. Today is March 2021 and I'm actually going to be heading to Melbourne, and I'm going to be flying on Virgin Australia today. So I just need to get some traveling done, and I've got to add some more content to the vlog. I actually just got off the bus, and it's the 400 bus, but it actually stops outside the Qantas terminal, so that means you actually have to walk your way to get to the Virgin Australia terminal. So I'm actually in the airport right now, and well, things have changed a lot, or they changed significantly. So basically a lot of people are wearing masks right now, and the thing is that it's all out of to prevent the illness from spreading. Can't say the word, otherwise I'm going to get demonetized. Okay, so today I'm actually going to go for priority check-in because I still have my gold status that I had from Singapore Airlines, and they've renewed it, so let's go in. Oh, and since I last flew, they actually have all those stickers everywhere, so keep safe distance everyone. For some odd reason, there's a lot of people checking in the front, and no one's using the automated check-ins for some odd reason, so that's kind of weird. Alright, so now I've got my boarding pass, so now it's time to go check out the lounge. So here's the Virgin Lounge, so it's time to go in. Let's check it out. Let's go inside. But obviously, the first thing you must do is you have a mandatory New South Wales check-in COVID safe code, so you must do that first. Alright, so for some odd reason, the check-in's taking quite a while, but I don't understand why. We have like 6 or so people trying to wait, and we only have 1 staff member, so that's probably not a good sign. Oh well. I mean, I actually tried scanning with this one, it actually doesn't work. So, yeah, I guess so much for the technology that they have here. Check-in actually took like 10 minutes, so that's probably not the best impression of the new lounge. I think it's a bit too slow considering the number of people who are coming in here and there, unfortunately, but there's not much you can do about it. Anyway, let's check it out. Let's check out the lounge. I actually noticed that the lounge is exactly the same as before, but it's just a lot less crowded. Like, people just don't exist here anymore because, no one's flying nowadays. So they still have their coffee machines as usual. So they still serve beer and alcohol, although not for now. They've also got soft drinks, so that's still the same as usual. Now all the food selection here, they're all pre-packaged now, so there's no buffet. I mean, technically it is a buffet, but the thing is that everything's plastic pre-packaged. So it's just to avoid the risk of COVID. And then obviously your juices are still there. Your fresh fruit is still on the side there. And then you just have, what's that? Is that just chips, right? Yeah, that's just chips, right? And then they've just got some more, just chips and basically some like glasses. And then just below are just plates, and that's about it. So basically the way it works is that like when you actually go out to the queue, you'll realize that someone will have to serve you first. And the thing is that you can't just pick things out yourself. So you just have to wait for your turn, and then just ask for the items. There is really not much to do, so I'm actually heading down now. And we're probably just going to check around the airport and see what's changed. So the food areas generally still look the same to me, but let's have a look.
It seemed like Sydney's domestic airport food court looks the same, just like before. However, we did notice that the staff were all wearing face masks, including those who prepared food.
Right in the background is actually Rex Airlines. So they recently announced a lot of their Sydney to Melbourne flights, and they actually can't fill it up, surprisingly. But anyway, so over across you have a couple of Jetstar planes, and then there's a whole empty area, and then you see more Jetstar, more Virgin, and there's another Rex turboprop just right there. Alright, so if you notice in the background, there's actually a lot of rainbow, and it's there to celebrate the LGBT community. They had recent festivals and stuff in March this month, so as you may know, if you slide down the escalator, you go into a rainbow arch.
While walking down the hallway, we saw that everyone wore face masks. Of course, the departing and arriving passengers were still mixing with each other.
Oh shit, this medication's so expensive. You better go to the pharmacist beforehand. Sometimes I wish I was on the other side, just so I could fly internationally and just get out of Australia for a while. But I don't think that'll happen until next year. Oh well. There's Vietnam Airlines, there's Emirates Air Canada, I think that's Nippon Airlines, or Nippon Airways, sorry. And yeah, I think that's it. Alright, it's time to board. This is my first flight since January 2021, so looking forward to it. So that there is business class, and I hope to fly this one day and give it a shot.
The economy seats are still the same. There was no change at all. There are no in-flight screens provided.
So this is what we have for a 1.5 hour flight. This is the tray table, so you just open it. Just comes out like a normal tray table, and that's about it. Just close it, and that's it, done. Now, just our leg room is just quite standard, so nothing to see here. And then we just have our safety pockets here. So yeah, that's it. They're actually loading on all your luggage now, and that's about it. Now, what's happening is that the air crew, all the flight attendants and stuff, they're actually giving out free masks. So anyone who doesn't have one, they just get one automatically, which is actually a good thing. That you should just bring your own masks, because the thing is, you'll need it when you go on the train, you know, catch a bus, etc. Right? Go around the terminal, you actually need to have one. So that's why I'm wearing one around. So as you may know, water and tea is complimentary, so that's the only free thing on board. All the meals you actually have to pay for now. So that's just my black tea there, and that's it. So what's this lake here? Can anyone give me the name, please? If I can get the name, that'll be really good. Welcome to Melbourne. So it's actually my first time in Melbourne. Of all the years that I've been living in Australia, I actually have never been to Melbourne before. Anyway, here's the plane in the background. There you go, that is the plane in the background. So the good thing is that in the background you can see a Garuda Indonesia A330 and a Scoot Boeing 787-9. So they're going back to probably Bali or Jakarta and then Singapore respectively. Well, I want to fly overseas soon. I'm going to visit Melbourne, like probably CBD most likely, and then followed by Glen Waverley, Box Hill, Springvale, Doncaster and a couple of other suburbs. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Laters.